Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we're going to continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 3. Today we are going to read text 28. Would anyone like to say what we read yesterday?
We began reading by how the 12 Mahajans, they are all the 12 Mahajans and how they are free, like how they are the original followers of the Dharma Siddhanta, and it is very easy for them, and it is not easy for the other human beings to understand, but if they understand and then they do Krishna devotion, then they can go back to Godhead. And then they also mention that only by engaging in bhakti one can see God, and then they can go back to Godhead and they can revive their love for Krishna. So no need to come to the material world back again. And then they also mention that how the four sampradayas that they are there, the Brahma Sampradaya, the Shri Sampradaya, the Rudra Sampradaya, and the Kumar Sampradaya, that how these all, they are giving the shikshas, they are the, if the person is following in these, then they are okay. And then and only a birla, like very few people can understand this, that Sarva Dharma Parityaja Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. There are very, very few who understand this. They are birla. And if they are in this sampradaya, if they're coming in parampara, then it is easy for them to reach to go back to Godhead if they follow, and then they can go back to Godhead. And then they also did about the Naam Abhas, like how Ajamil chanted unoffensively, and you don't need any other proof that how powerful holy name is. This is the biggest proof that how powerful it is, and you can get liberation. And this is only the proper process in Kali Yuga. And also Yamarāja in his pravachan also glorified the Harinam Sankirtan, the Shakti of the Harinam. He also emphasized and glorified here, and like how this process takes away all your sins. And if you chant holy name of Krishna, evening and morning, they also mention in the 2 sandhyas, if you're doing it, and hearing about Lord, chanting, thinking about his leelas, roop and form, for his happiness and not for anything material, but for his happiness, then one can become free from all the sins and go back to Godhead. And we should take a vow. He also mentioned that as a human, we should also take a vow that we will chant holy name and attract Krishna's mercy. And then they also said that for Manav Samaj, the dharma way is that one can awaken his dormant relationship with Krishna and love for him and become his pure devotee. And whoever is his pure devotee is already liberated.
Yes, thank you.
And
Thank you
also Hare Krishna.
Yeah, you can say the ahead, yeah.
Yeah. Also, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj recommended that one must follow 2 processes, both the processes of deity worship and Sankirtan. And also the real purpose of studying the Vedas is to approach the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Vedescha sarve aham eva vedya.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
And also Yamarāja said that the devotees who engage in the service of Lord, not as a matter of show, but with love, with their mind, with their words and body, they become Shuddhiya, they become intelligent, You don't have to be just scholarly, but because that doesn't, it's not that who understands Krishna's name, fame, and qualities, but engaging in devotional service, doing both Sankirtan and Archana worship, you can be Shuddhiya, intelligent.
Yeah. So understanding Krishna's name, fame, qualities, paraphernalia, the devotees can understand. By scholarship, we cannot understand it. But one can understand about Krishna only by devotion. Yes, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. And we heard yesterday that Yamarāja forbid his Yamadutas to go near anyone who chants the holy name. He said, don't go, otherwise Vishnu might just kill you, you know. He forbids them that don't go even near anyone who chants the holy name, because the one who's chanting the holy name of the Lord is personally protected by the Lord. So he gives an order to his servants. Thank you so much. So we'll continue reading text 28. Tan ana yadvam asato vimukhan mukunda.
Tan anadhyavam asata vimukhan mukunda.
Adara vinda makarandara sadajasram.
Padarvindam makarandara sajastram.
Nishkinchane paramham sakule rasange.
Nishkinjane param
Paramhansa Kuler Asange.
Jushta Garehe Niraya Vartamani Pada Krishna.
Jushtat grave niraya mani Krishna.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Paramhamsas are exalted persons who have no taste for material enjoyment and who drink the honey of the Lord's lotus feet. My dear servants, bring to me for punishment only persons who are averse to the taste of that honey, who do not associate with Paramhamsas, and who are attached to family life and worldly enjoyment, which form the path to hell. After warning the Yamadutas not to approach the devotees, Yamarāja now indicates who is to be brought before him. So yesterday we heard, right? He's saying, don't go near the devotees. You might just get killed. So now he's saying, okay, which kind of people you can bring. He specifically advises the Yamadutas to bring him the materialistic persons who are attached to household life merely for sex. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Yen methunadi grahamedi sukham hitucha. People are attached to household life for sex only. They are always harassed in many ways by their material engagements. And their only happiness is that after working very hard all day at night, they sleep and indulge in sex. Nidraya shriyate naktam vyavayena chava vaya. At night, materialistic householders sleep or indulge in sex life. Diva char the haya rajan kutumba bharane nava. During the day, they are busy trying to find out where money is. And if they get money, they spend it to maintain their families. Yamarāja specifically advises his servants to bring these persons to him for punishment and not to bring the devotees who always lick the honey at the lotus feet of the Lord, who are equal to everyone and who try to preach Krishna consciousness because of sympathy for all living entities. So one may say, oh, well, but I'm just taking care of my family. Why should I go and see Yamarāja? But because if one is just busy with family life without understanding that there is a higher purpose to this life, there is a higher purpose that we have been given this human body. So Yamarāja is saying for those people who are just thinking about the body, not about the soul. So devotees are not liable to punishment by Yamarāja, but persons who have no information of Krishna consciousness cannot be protected by the material life of so-called family enjoyment. Srimad Bhagavatam says in Canto 2, Chapter 1, Text 4, Deha Patya Kalatradishva Atma Seneshva Asat Sva Api Tesham Pramato Nidhanam Pashyan Api Na Pashyate. Such persons complacently believe that their nations, communities, or families can protect them, unaware that all such fallible soldiers will be destroyed in due course of time. In conclusion, one should try to associate with persons who engage in devotional service 24 hours a day. So Yamarāja is saying that those who associate with the devotees don't bring them. But those who are just in Grahamedi, who don't know anything about devotional service, devotional life, who don't associate with the devotees, just bring me those people. So we can see actually it's a dangerous situation. Jivanavakti Bhagavat Guna Namadheyan
Jivanavakti Bhagavad Gunanamidheyam
Chetaschana Smarati Takchana Charanaravinda
Chetasana Smriti Tacharan Arvindam
Krishnaya no namate yachira ekadapi
Krishnaya no namati yatshira ekada api
tan ana yadvam asato krita Vishnu krityan.
Tan anyadhavam asat akrita Vishnu krityam.
My dear servants, please bring to me only those sinful persons who do not use their tongues to chant the holy name and qualities of Krishna, whose hearts do not remember the lotus feet of Krishna even once, and whose heads do not bow down even once before Lord Krishna. Send me those who do not perform their duties toward Vishnu, which are the only duties in human life. Bring me all such fools and rascals. The word Vishnu Krityan is very important in this verse because the purpose of human life is to please Vishnu. Varna Sharma Dharma is also meant for that purpose. As stated in the Vishnu Puran 3.8.9, Varna Shrama Charavata Purushena Parapuman Vishnur Aradhyate Pantha Nanyat Tatto Shakaranam. Human society is meant to follow strictly the Varna Sharma Dharma, which divides society into 4 social divisions: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, and 4 spiritual divisions: Brahmacharya, Grihast, Vanaprasth, and Sannyas. Varnashrama Dharma easily brings one nearer to Lord Vishnu, who is the only true objective in human society. So Varnashrama Dharma is like a stepping stone to spiritual life. If one can perform it perfectly, understanding that I have to do my duties based on my Varna, based on my ashram, for the pleasure of Lord Vishnu. We don't have to stop only, oh, I have to do my material duty, but we have to understand for who we have to do it for Lord Vishnu. Then it brings us closer to Lord Vishnu. So, nate vidu swartha gatim hi Vishnu. Unfortunately, however, people do not know that their self-interest is to return home back to Godhead or to approach Lord Vishnu. We are not taught this from the beginning of our lives. We are not. We are not taught that, that your only self-interest is prepare yourself in this life to go back home, back to Godhead. And in return, we get so many different attachments. We indulge in so many activities which we needn't indulge in. Durashaya he bahir arthamanina. Instead, they are simply bewildered. And then we get bewildered because we are not given this education. Then we get bewildered. Every human being is expected to perform duties meant for approaching Lord Vishnu. Therefore, Yamarāja advises the Yamadutas to bring him those persons who have forgotten their duties toward Vishnu, Akrita Vishnu Krityan, one who does not chant the holy name of Vishnu, Krishna, who does not bow down to the deity of Vishnu, and who does not remember the lotus feet of Vishnu is punishable by Yamaraj. In summary, all Avaishnavas, persons unconcerned with Lord Vishnu, are punishable by Yamaraj. So here, Yamaraj is very clearly saying that anyone who's not chanted Lord Vishnu's name, or anyone who's not bowed down before the deity of Lord Vishnu, or who's never remembered his lotus feet, you bring me those people. Comments? Questions? So we can see that's why the Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, how they are telling everyone, begging everyone, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna Shiksha, for our benefit. They're telling us so that not only to save us from hellish life, but also so that we can revive our relationship with Krishna and go back home, back to Godhead. Tacham yatamsa Bhagavan Purusha Puran.
Tachyam tamsa
Yatam
bhagavan
Bhagavan
purusha
Purusha
purano.
Narayana Swa Purusha Yadasat Kritam.
Narayana
Narayana
swapurushe yad
Swapurushe Yad Asat
asatkritam na.
Kritam
Swanam ahona vidusham rachitanjalina.
Swanam ahona vidushanam
Vidusham
rachit anjalina.
Chitanjalina
Shantir Garyasi Namapur Shaya Bhumne.
Shantir
Shanti
gariyasi
Gariyasi
namaha
Nama
purushaya
Purushaya Bhum.
bhumne.
Then Yamaraj, considering himself and his servants to be offenders, spoke as follows, begging pardon from the Lord. O my Lord, my servants have surely committed a great offense by arresting a Vaishnav such as Ajaman. O Narayan, O Supreme and oldest person, please forgive us. Because of our ignorance, we failed to recognize Ajamal as a servant of your Lordship, and thus we have certainly committed a great offense. Therefore, with folded hands, we beg your pardon. My Lord, since you are supremely merciful and are always full of good qualities, please pardon us. We offer our respectful obeisances unto you. Lord Yamaraj took upon himself the responsibility for the offense committed by his servants. If the servant of an establishment makes a mistake, the establishment takes responsibility for it. So Yamaraj, he didn't make a mistake. His Yamadutas made, but he's apologizing on their behalf. That is the sign of a good leader. A good leader, when the persons under him commit some error, then he apologizes. So there was one time where Srila Prabhupada, because some devotees had published something in Back to Godhead which was unpleasing to someone, so Srila Prabhupada apologized on their behalf. He said, oh, my disciples are new, they don't understand, please forgive us, Srila Prabhupada apologized. So although Yamaraj is above offenses, his servants practically, with his permission, went to arrest Ajamal, which was a great offense. The Nyaya Shastras confirms, Pritya Parade Swamno Danda. If a servant makes a mistake, the master is punishable because he is responsible for the offense. Taking this seriously, Yamaraj, along with his servants, prayed with folded hands to be excused by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan. So Yamaraj is seeking forgiveness from Lord Narayan. Tasmat Sankirtanam Vishnu.
Hare Krishna, Shilpaji, in this aspect, we can also remember that example when the four Kumaras punished
Yes,
Jai and
that's
Vijay,
right.
and then
Yes.
Vishnuji came running, right? And he said
Yes.
that they are my sevaks.
Yes, yes,
So it is the same, right? It's the same
yes,
instance.
yes, very nice. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Tasmat Sankirtanam Vishnu.
Tasmat Sankirtanam
Sankirtanam Vishnu
Jagan Mangalam Hasam
Jagat Mangalam Amhasam
Hasam
Mahatam Api Kauravya
Mahatam
Tam
Api
Api
Kauravya
Kauravya
Vidhi Aikantika Nishkritam.
Vidhi Ekantika
Ekantika
Nishkritama.
Nishkritam.
Sukadev Goswami continued, my dear king, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord is able to uproot even the reactions of the greatest sins. Therefore, the chanting of the Sankirtan movement is the most pious activity in the entire universe. Please try to understand this so that others will take it seriously. We should note that although Ajamal chanted the name of Narayan imperfectly, he was delivered from all sinful reactions. The chanting of the holy name is so auspicious that it can free everyone from the reactions of sinful activities. One should not conclude that one may continue to sin with the intention of chanting Hare Krishna to neutralize the reactions. Rather, one should be very careful to be free from all sins and never think of counteracting sinful activities by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. For this is another offense. So Prabhupada is explaining that one shouldn't intentionally commit sinful activities and then chant and say, oh, well, I'm doing sins and so I'll chant and it will nullify. No, that's offensive chanting. That's offense to the holy name. So one should try best to avoid from all sins and chant the Hare Krishna mantra. If by chance a devotee accidentally performs some sinful activity, the Lord will excuse him. But one should not intentionally perform sinful acts. So the intention is what is important. Shanvatam Granatam Viryani
Shanvatam
Shanvatam
Grantam
Granatam
Viryani
Viryani
Udamani Hare Muhu
Uddhamani
Uddhamani
Hare
Hare
Manuhu
Yatha Sujataya Bhaktya
Yatha
Yatha
Sujataya
Sujataya
Bhaktya
Bhaktya
Shuddhyena Atma Dipihi.
Shuddhyetna Atma Vrita
Sudhyennatma
Adihi.
Vritadipi.
One who constantly hears and chants the holy name of the Lord and hears and chants about his activities can very easily attain the platform of pure devotional service, which can cleanse the dirt from one's heart. One cannot achieve such purification merely by observing vows and performing Vedic ritualistic ceremonies. One may very easily practice chanting and hearing the holy name of the Lord and thus become ecstatic in spiritual life. Padma Puran states, Nama Paradha Yuktanam Namani Eva Haranti Agam Avishranti Prayuktani Tani Evartha Karani Cha. Even if one chants the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra offensively, one can avoid offenses by continuously chanting without deviation. So Prabhupada, here he's quoting this verse from Padma Puran. And what is Padma Puran stating? That one may be chanting offensive, but continue chanting. Just go on, don't stop. Just continuously chant. And one will one day start chanting inoffensive. One will come to inoffensive chanting one day. One who becomes accustomed to this practice will always remain in a pure transcendental position, untouchable by sinful reactions. Sukadev Goswami especially requested King Parikshit to note this fact very carefully. There is no profit, however, in executing the Vedic ritualistic ceremonies. By performing such activities, one may go to the higher planetary systems. But as stated in Bhagavad Gita 9:21, Shine Punya Martya Lokam Vishanti. When the period of one's enjoyment in the heavenly planets is terminated, because of the limited extent of the results of one's pious activities, one must return to earth. Thus, there is no use in endeavoring to travel up and down in the universe. It is better to chant the holy name of the Lord so that one may become fully purified and eligible to return home back to Godhead. That is the aim of life, and that is the perfection of life. So Prabhupada is pointing out that don't get too absorbed in doing the rituals, because that's just still going to keep us here in the material world. Rather, chant the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishangri Padma Madhulen Napanur Vishrishta.
Krishnangi
Krishnangri Padma
Padmakulena Punavrisha
Maya Ganeshu Ramate Vrijna Vaheshu.
Maya Guneshu
Gunesu
Ramate
Ramate
Vrijna
Vrijana
Avadeshu
Anyastu Kama Hata Atma Raja Pramashtum.
Anyastu Kama Tata Aja
Atmaraja
Pramashtu
Pramastum
Iheta Karma Yata Eva Raja Punasya.
Ihet Karma Yata Eva Raja Punahasya.
Devotees who always lick the honey from the lotus feet of Lord Krishna do not care at all for material activities which are performed under the three modes of material nature and which bring only misery. Indeed, devotees never give up the lotus feet of Krishna to return to material activities. Others, however, who are addicted to Vedic rituals because they have neglected the service of the Lord's lotus feet and are enchanted by lusty desires, sometimes perform acts of atonement. Nevertheless, being incompletely purified, they return to sinful activities again and again. So here Yamarāja is saying that atonement, someone may do atonement, but the desires, material desires, are still there in the heart. And that will again bring one to engage in sinful activity. So only when one becomes a devotee of the Lord, then one can actually give up this lusty desires. A devotee's duty is to chant the Hare Krishna mantra. One may sometimes chant with offenses and sometimes without offenses. But if one seriously adopts this process, he will achieve perfection, which cannot be achieved through Vedic ritualistic ceremonies of atonement. So Prabhupada is saying, just chant. You may be chanting offensively or inoffensively. Just chant. Don't take up this path of rituals, which is still going to keep us here in the material world. Chant the holy name. Persons, I was hearing a japa workshop by Mahatma Prabhu on japa. So he was saying, sometimes we may approach the chanting of holy name like a ritual. Oh, it's my ritual. I have to chant. I have to finish my rounds. I have to, So he was saying, don't take it as a ritual. Rather, take it as reviving our relationship with Krishna. So, persons who are attached to the Vedic ritualistic ceremonies but do not believe in devotional service, who advise atonement but do not appreciate the chanting of the Lord's holy name, fail to achieve the highest perfection. So one may be chanting offensively, but at least we should be able to appreciate the pure chanting. We should be able to appreciate the inoffensive chanting. We should be able to appreciate the devotees, appreciate devotional service. And that can purify us. That can help us, bring us closer and closer towards Krishna. Devotees, therefore, being completely detached from material enjoyment, never give up Krishna consciousness for Vedic ritualistic ceremonies. Those who are attached to Vedic ritualistic ceremonies because of lusty desires are subjected to the tribulations of material existence again and again. Maharaj Parikshit has compared their activities to Kunjara Shaucha, the bathing of an elephant. So we are attached to Vedic rituals. They somehow attract us. But the Vedic rituals are still going to keep us in this material world of birth and death. And Yamarāja is telling to Yamdutas, you bring me these kind of people. But it is only chanting that can stop us from seeing Yamarāja. Even if we are chanting offensively, continue chanting. One day we will come to chant inoffensively and then go on to chant the Shuddha Nam. So hearing and chanting in the association of devotees. Itham swabratar jatitam bhagavan mahitvam.
Ittham
Tam
subhrit katitam
Subhadratatitam
bhagavad
Bhagavan
mahitvam.
Mahitvam
Yavismi tadiyonyam kinkaraste.
Samsmritya visme dhyayam kinkaraste.
Kinkaraste
Naiva chutashraya janam pratishan kamana.
Na
Nevachyutashraya
etashraya janam
Pratishankamana
pratishankramana.
Drashtam cha vidyati tata prabhati smarajan.
Dushtam cha vibrati tad pravati smarajan.
Rajan.
After hearing from the mouth of the Master about the extraordinary glories of the Lord and his name, fame, and attributes, the Yamadutas were struck with wonder. Since then, as soon as they see a devotee, they fear him and dare not look at him again. Since this incident, the Yamadutas have given up the dangerous behavior of approaching devotees. For the Yamadutas, a devotee is dangerous. If we are scared of Yamadutas, they look dangerous to us. And Yamadutas are what they are thinking, the devotee is dangerous, because then they have to, then Lord Vishnu is going to be after them. You know, they're going to be chastised. They might be even killed. Itihasam imam goyam.
Itihasam imam guhyam.
Bhagavan kumbhas sambhava.
Bhagavan
Bhagavan
kumbha sambhava.
Kumbhasambhava
Kathayam asamalayam.
Kathayam
Kathayam
yastaye.
Asamalaya
Asino harim archayan.
Asino harim
Harim
archayan.
Archayan.
When the great sage Agastya, the son of Kumbha, was residing in the Malay hills and worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I approached him and he explained to me this confidential history. Thus, in the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 6th canto, 3rd chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled, Yamarāja instructs his messengers. So Sukadev Goswami is saying, where did he hear it from? This story of Ajamil?
From sage
From
Agastya.
Agastya Muni.
Yeah, sage Agastya. Yeah, we heard it from him. So he's even giving the reference of who told him the story. You know, this is how disciplic succession works. So, disciplic succession. Chapter 4, the Hamsa Goya prayers offered to the Lord by Prajapati Daksh. Did anyone, okay, so we finish now. Jamil, any realizations anyone wanted to share?
How important is chanting and how powerful it is. We, like, as you mentioned, I really like that point about Mahatma Prabhu when you said that we just do it as a ritual. And it shouldn't be like that. You should be wanting that you're trying to connect, you want to revive your relationship with Krishna. So that is really beautiful. That sometimes, yes, we forget and we just get up and we just want to do as a ritual कि मुझे ये करना है क्योंकि मैं रोज कर रही हूँ. Though that love, but we have to bring out that love in it. That Krishna, I want to do it to please you. That intention of ours changes everything. Everything. So what I understood from this is that chanting is the most important thing. Connecting to Krishna, bowing down to Krishna, holding on to his lotus feet. There is nothing else than that. No matter what you are doing, keep chanting. and keep loving Krishna, keep remembering his leelas, his roops, his guns, his pastimes, Vrij pastimes, his any pastime. Just keep remembering in your head, read more. And Guru, Gauranga, and association. This is also very, very important. Your association is very important. So that is what I learned from this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hare
Does anyone
Krishna.
else? Yes, Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
So, yeah, this Yamarāja all, teaching, it felt like so much love and care comes from Krishna. And that protection just from chanting, so much of love and so much of care, and we are so protected just by chanting. Even he came up to say devotee is dangerous, so that protection is enough. He cares and loves us so much. It's amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Does anyone else want to share any?
Yeah, even I feel that when I'm chanting, like how you said, no, like it was mentioned in the talk, right, which you heard, and it says that chanting just like as a ritual, like we have to finish our chanting like so many rounds. I think this is what I'm doing, which is not right, not correct, and I should have that love, have more love for Krishna and not just do it as a ritual.
I know, right? We forget that, even me.
Yes, we forget.
I get so caught up in just doing it for the sake of doing the chanting. Yeah, that's why
Yes.
when it struck me also, and that's why I shared it with you all.
Yeah.
So yeah. So true.
Does yajna come also under like doing yajna is also one of the rituals, right? Ritual, we can say.
The which yajna, I'm sorry?
Yajna means like doing like yajna, havan and all that. That comes also under ritual, right?
Yeah. 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 It's true.
But if you do it to please Krishna, if you do this, then it's fine, right? Then it's good.
Then it's fine. Like, see, for example, at the wedding ceremony, you have to do the yajna also.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, yeah. So then there are certain yajnas which are done, like you kind of have to do it. But then, as Neha said yesterday, some devotee was having the kirtan going on, and when Deepika mentioned that they had the kirtan going on. So, but then what you said is right, that doing the yajna for the pleasure of Krishna, then that is what actually sacrifice actually means. Working for the pleasure of Krishna, any activity for the pleasure of Krishna. So good. Thank you all. So did anyone else want to say anything? Auntie Rashmi?
हाँ सही है
ये
सही
कथा
है
के बारे में आपको कुछ बता
हाँ वही
क्या
मैं देख रही
realization?
थी सुन रही थी कि डिवोटीज से भी यमराज के दूत डरते हैं राइट डरने लगे हाँ
हाँ ये कथा ये हादसा व्हाट यू से ये होने के बाद
हाँ सब होने के बाद जब देखा हमारे मास्टर ही यमराज ही रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हमारे कर वैसे देखा जाए तो उन्होंने तो यमराज ने ही उनको भेजा था ना
हाँ
अपने
वो तो
दूतों
बोल रहे हैं
हाँ
तो फिर यमराज भी तो क्षमा मांग रहे हैं
हाँ हाँ
यमराज भी क्षमा मांग रहे हैं
क्षमा मांग रहे थे
Yeah.
Shilpa ji, just one more very, very important point. I just remembered that it is in the Krishna conscious, it is not only about yourself. It is that you should give Krishna to others also. That's very, very important. Because, like, how in the end you said that Krishna sees your intention. That is the most important thing. So ऐसा नहीं है कि हम भागे जा रहे हैं और हम करते जा रहे हैं, but we should also try to give it to others.
Others.
Yeah.
That is very, very important.
So take as many people as you can together with you on the way back home, back to Godhead. Right?
Yeah.
As many people as you can. Take them with you. Take us with you. Don't leave us here.
You don't leave us. I cannot. I'm the most fallen soul.
We
I
encourage
don't-
each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take me with you. I'm holding on to you.
Does Ratna or Chandra Didi want to say anything about this?
Hare
Huh?
Krishna. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just like analyzed, like devotion begins with chanting Hare Krishna. Even you don't have any knowledge, you just start chanting Hare Krishna, and it will like drag you to the love for the Krishna. And if you are luckiest, then Krishna will do kripa on you, and everything is very easy, and you will liberate from birth and death. Like you will get moksha. So this Hare Krishna.
Okay. Thank you. Chandra Didi, did you want to say anything? Thank you, Ratna.
Yeah, recently I have observed, previously I used to do chanting but with closed eyes. So I used to observe, my mind used to go in planning or in designing, or where my mind is, the things which I like, used to go there, or the things I don't like, that repetition used to go in chit, and I was used to do chanting. So recently I tried to see the photo of the Krishna, and I am trying to do. So still my mind was, because chitvritti is important, is important. If chit is
Right.
present, then it's like I tell my mind, if your chit is not present, then you will get 0 marks. So I tried. Still my mind used to go. Still the person I don't like, because someone has hurt it. So mind was repeating 10 times, and the person I like, so mind was repeating. So I observed the Krishna's photo, and I used to chanting. So I found that chit transform into the Krishna, towards the Krishna, and I'm getting the energy, and
Very
I'm
good.
getting the works finish very fast, 10 times more energy. Because my chit vritti is present while chanting. So
Very
though
good.
previously I had to do finish 16 round. Now I am telling, see, this round your chit was present. If my mind say no, then try again. So you will get this 0. It really works if
Very
when
good.
what yeah. And previously I'm doing the for the Krishna. So I used to observe, I'm doing for the Krishna. Krishna will give something. But I'm doing, now I'm feeling I'm doing for myself. So result I'm getting on the spot. On the spot, yani. The moment I finish, get the positive result, yani. On the spot, quick result, yani. So this side of, yani.
So you're seeing Krishna's photo and chanting, and it's helping you, huh?
Yeah,
Very good.
yeah.
Very
Two
good.
people were draining my energy, even my designing, even my work to do, even my pending work. And if you have the problem we are not able to face, so in chanting I used to get everything, all the solution, all ideas. So I thought this is also, because it's again dragging to a material world.
That's
So
right.
so in beginning, still my mind used to go in material things only, but slowly and gradually, the density of the that repetition of material things has day by day is reducing.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, each and every one of you. We'll stop here for today. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta
Jai.
Vrinda ki